Ladies and gentlemen, I am the creator of what you see before you, and with the help of a friend of mine named Chris, aka VTSPQR, we came up with a name called Fazio. This is Fazio, and it is the most famous piece of Fazio on the internet and in the world, because it was once what appeared to be the end of a $1 bill in the flat plane. With two simple folds, it becomes Fazio, and with a third folding methodology, it becomes a perfect example of non-Euclidean geometry, which has to do with optics and the bending of light around the rays. And when I say rays, I mean lines. Non-Euclidean optics has to do with the bending of light around objects. Just as the light is bending around the evil seed of death and appears to be a set of bullock's horns, it is also the wings of an angel that surround the evil seed of death, and it is also the beams of light that are entering into, not coming from, the Egyptian godlike faces that are in fact the faces of the six-winged seraphim from before and behind, that have faces before and behind that you see before you on your screen. And to prove they are six-winged seraphim, stop the videotape, enlarge it, and look at the 6 lines that come out of each individual eye. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Fazio, the author of the book Angels on the Ark, which is linked in the link below the video to my website, where you can purchase the book for 99 cents, is the creator of Fazio. By utilizing the 2 seed pods on the reverse of the $1 bill, I also created an even more unique type of Fazio that forms a perfect sphere. This perfect sphere is also bringing the 6-winged seraphim that protect the evil seed of death and the God pod together to form an absolutely perfect sphere. So it is bringing the God pod and the evil seed of death, aka the 2 seed pods, together and forming one unit. And if you'll notice, when it does that, you see the word unum immediately next to the eye of Christ, or the all-seeing eye, whichever you prefer. The word unum means out of many one. And in this case, the many are the Egyptian gods that create the 6-winged seraphim, and the 2 seed pods that are the evil seed of death and the God pod, and all of these combined form a perfect circle, out of many one. However, at the top of the page, if you place that word into your search engine on Google, you will find that the word theta means 2 individual seed pods that in fact, when brought together, form one seed pod and will have one sprouting or one germination when the 2 seed pods are combined with a central common denominator. This is a perfect depiction of what is occurring as the perfect cube, which I'm having trouble seeing because the dividers are in front of the paper. But this perfect cube is the cube that I believe represents Saturn. I think that there is a group of ancient or remnant society on this planet that I talk about in my book, Angels on the Ark, that created all the pictographs on the $1 bill and wrote the Bible upwards of 10,000 years ago. However, whether I am right or wrong is immaterial at this point. I am asking you, my audience, or anybody in my audience, to help me find a movie producer or a producer of a mini-series on television that will purchase the rights to my book. And in return, I will offer you a 10% finder's fee, which means if the rights for the book theoretically sell for upwards of $5 to $10 million, you receive a 10% commission. Today is January 14th. I'm making this video to show you some more Fazio, but I'm also making this video in search of a movie producer or a production studio or a frontman that has the ability to sell this item as is. I wrote the book, I created the Fazio, I own the trademarks, I own the copyright. I have the ability to sell the product. So ladies and gentlemen, at this point, today is January 14th. I am Michael Fazio, the creator and author of the book Angels on the Ark, that can be purchased by clicking the link at the bottom of the video for 99 cents, which I'm giving away at that price in order for the world to see that all of my postulations and theories go far beyond that of the normal human being, and that to date, in 20 months since I published my book, not a single person, entity, organization, or religious institution or theological society on earth, not even one, not one, even though I put out a global challenge, not one will debate me in a public forum because my theories are correct. And if my theories are correct, it totally annihilates religion and philosophy and proves that all the governments of the world have also been controlled by this secret society that I found, discovered, and made people aware of. This is why my book hasn't sold yet. It is the most unique idea in the history of my lifetime. There are at least 4 or 5 completely revolutionary ideas in the book itself. And I believe that there's a conspiracy, just like the conspiracy to not mention Ron Paul's name for the presidential campaign, even though he's just as much a part of the cult of Zionists and or part of the culture that will do exactly what he's told when he comes into office. They still don't mention his name because it gives you, the people of the world, some nonsensical excuse to argue with one another while they're slipping it in with the Fukushima radiation, and while they're slipping it in with the carbon tax, and while they're slipping it in with increasing the fluoride in many states twofold, and while they're slipping it in with increased property taxes, and while they're slipping it in with increased insurance costs, you dumb people of the planet Earth, and more particularly the dumbest people in America, which 99% of you people are complete imbeciles, you people are busy arguing about Ron Paul versus Newt Gingrich, when in fact it wouldn't matter. He's gonna, if he became president, which he's not going to become president, but if he became president, they would say, okay, Ron, we want you to do this, and Ron would say no, and Ron would be dead a few seconds later. And he cares about his life, so he's going to do what they say. He's going to put on this big dog and pony show, and he's not going to do what they say anyway. It doesn't matter what he says he's going to do. Obama, Scumbama, the animal in the White House, because the liberals believe that we are descendants of animals. I mean the chimp in charge, because the liberals believe that we are descendants of chimpanzees and baboonettes. That's better. The chimp in charge said he was going to do all kinds of things, and he didn't do nothing. Oh, he did something. He slipped it in. Slipping it in. He slipped it in proper, though. See, he has the ability. You got to give the guy credit for that. When that guy, Scumbama, I mean the chimp in charge, slips it in, that boy slips it in all the way, and you don't know it's in until he twists it up a little bit. And then, yeah, it's in now. It's the Obama. You have been Fukushima proper, ladies and gentlemen. That's like what the word Fukushima means. In English, it means Fuk you proper. And you could say that Obama is the Fukushima of America. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Michael Fazio, January 14, 2012. Help me sell the rights to my damn book, and have a God day to you.